Hello everybody, it's Gemma here from Made by Gemma Crafts at UK. Thank you for joining me again today. Now today's little project is this little box here, and it's got a pull tab on it, so I shall open this one. I'm going to pop it open, and inside I have made a mini version of my pop-in box cube card. So this one is a little 2x2 cube one, and this one's getting a little bit rickety now because I've been popping it and opening quite a lot. So, and then to put it back in, just slide your box back in. Now this one I've made with more traditional Christmas colours and the Be Merry Designer Series paper stack, and the stamp set is the Merry Little Labels set, and I've done that for this one as well. This one is in Night of Navy, and the Designer Series paper on here is from the Year of Cheer, the speciality one. And so with this one I've left it quite plain, and I'm just going to let the DSP do the talking on the decoration for this one. So they just fold back down and slide back in. Now for the pull tabs on these, what I've done is I've attached another piece of cardstock, and I've cut the top with the scalloped top punch and then attached it to the bottom of my tray. Now today's one I'm going to show you isn't going to be in Christmas colours. I know we're still in December, but I have been having a play with some of the new products coming in the new occasions catalogue for spring summer 2018, and this stamp set is called Perennial Birthday, and it's just gorgeous. There are some beautiful floral elements to it, and then we've got some lovely sentiments as well. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use it with the Petal Garden Designer Series paper, and the colours I've chosen to put with it are Old Olive and Fresh Fig. The stack actually coordinates with Rich Raspberry, but I don't have any Rich Raspberry card left, and I think the fig goes just as beautifully as the Rich Raspberry, so that's why I've gone with that. And just this set goes with a card kit in the new occasions catalogue, and you're going to want to buy the kit just for the box. And I mean, we saw the box on stage in November, and I will be ordering the kit just for the box. It's amazing. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'll be putting up the link to the catalogue really soon on my website. So that's that. So I've got my bits and pieces. I've already pre-stamped and pre-cut everything today because this can be a bit of a longer video, and I wanted to try and condense it down as much as I could. Apologies for the plaster on my finger. I grated my finger the other day. So anyway, I've got some Fresh Fig cardstock here. This is going to be for our box and our sliding part. So I'll just pop that out of the way for a moment. These are the bits that we're going to use to decorate. I will talk to you about those when we get to that bit as well. And to start with, I've got 2 pieces of Old Olive cardstock, and these are what we're going to use to make our cube. Now the principle is exactly the same for the large one as it is the small one, or for the small one as is the large one even. We need an elastic band to go inside to make our box pop, if I get my words straight. And then we have got some templates again. As you can see, I've been very artistic and drawn you out some beautiful templates. I will put some nice, neat, clear ones onto my website so you can download those and keep those. So these are our 2 sides, exactly the same as it was for our large one. So I should just leave that there a second for you to have a look. And now I'll take them away for a moment. Now our 2 pieces card, we have got one piece that measures 5 inches by 6 inches, and then I've got another piece which measures 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So we're going to start with our 5 by 6 piece, and I'm going to get my scoreboard and we're going to score that one first. Now on the 5-inch side, she says looking for her score tool, there we go. On the 5-inch side of this one, we are going to score at 1/2 inch, and then 2.5 inches, and then 4.5 inches. Oop. In a straight line, hopefully. Then we're going to rotate our cardstock. So we've got our 6-inch side at the top, and we are going to score it at 2 inches and at 4 inches. So that is one side. While we've got the scoreboard out, I'm going to score my second piece of cardstock, the one that measures 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches. And I am going to score that on the 4.5 inch side at 1/2 inch. Oh dear, get it right in a minute. 1/2 inch and 2.5 inches. Then I'm going to rotate my cardstock and I'm going to score it again at 1/2 inch, 2.5 inches and 4.5 inches. So there's our two pieces. I'll flip that one over now. So we've got our two pieces, so we've got our 6 squares on each one. Now we can do some trimming and cutting to get them into the right shape. So I'm going to use my trimmer, because you can get some nice straight lines when you're doing that. And I'm going to start with this one here, the 5x6 sized one. So if I bring my template in, what we're going to do is we're going to take the corner off here, the corner off on this bottom side as well. We're going to cut up to this score line here, then we're going to cut diagonally across here. So we've got a little tab on this side and a tab on this side, and a half triangle here, here and here. So I'm just going to pop this in. I'm going to use my trimmer just to line this up to cut nice and straight across here. So there's our first corner coming off, and then I'm going to turn it and come across from this bottom score line here, straight up and across to take that corner off as well. Now you can put this in your trimmer and line it up at 2.5 inches, and then come up to this bottom score line here, just there. And then I'm going to rotate this and move my blade to the top, so then I can do this final cut line here. There we go, and then that should come away like so. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut the corner off here to make my little tab for the corner there. So I've got a tab on this side, a tab on this side, 2 full squares, and then 2 halves, and then my half triangle down the bottom here. So that's one side. Then we're going to do the same. I'm going to cut this one here as well. So we are going to again remove this top corner here, this bottom corner here, cut up to our first score line, go straight across this way from this corner here diagonally up to there, and then we're going to take our corner off to give us 2 tabs on that side. So I'm going to start on this corner first. I'm just going to line that up and trim that one off, and then I'm going to take the bottom corner off as well. Then again we can line this up at 2.5 inches, bring my blade down, we can cut up to our score line here. Then I'm going to push this one up, and then we're going to take this section away, just carefully coming down to that corner, and then we can just line this final corner up. You can do this with your snips if you want to, but there we go. We've just taken that little corner away there. So now we have a tab here. Oh, I haven't cut that one far enough. There we go. See, I don't always do it right. Missed my corner. There we go. So now you should have 2 tabs here, your half triangle down here, and 2 complete cute squares on there. So now what we need to do is put some score lines in to get our cube to fold. And just going to use the foam mat out of my stamp positioner to score onto. Now I'm just going to grab my ruler and we're going to score a line down the middle here. So I'm just going to line that up and give that a score there. And then we need to put a score line in going down here to divide our triangle in half. Should be able to use the line that you've cut here. It should be nice and straight. So I'm just going to score up there. So now if I give that a fold, you can see that is folded in half there, and then this one will come down and fold in half here. So you can go around and give your score lines a fold and a crease. You fold them both ways, either way, it doesn't really matter. There we go. So that's one side with all our score lines in. And what we want to do is just push these sides in and flatten it down and just give that a good squish down as well, like so. So we've got one side there. Now we're just going to get our other side and we're going to do exactly the same on this. We're going to put a score line across the middle here, and then again we're going to put a score line in the middle of this triangle here, like so. Then we can go around and give these a fold and a crease. Got our tabs as well, so now we can just take that over in half, and then we can fold these score lines here as well. And then again, just to check these, bring them in together, fold it down flat. That way you can adjust these score lines if you need, these fold lines if you need to. Just push it straight with your fingers and give it a good crease down. Get a good push to get it straight. There we go. So that is that part of our cube done. Now we're going to put it together, and we need to put some holes in to thread our elastic band in. But what I'm going to do is I've slightly changed the way that I assemble this box now. So what we need to do is we need to lay it out on our top here, and then what we need to do is this tab here needs to fix onto this side here. So if you want to have a look at the way I've got that sitting, there we go, it's going to sit across like that, and I'll just, there we go. For a quick visual, you'll be able to pause that. Now I'm going to use some fast use today because it's nice and quick. So I'm going to put some adhesive on this strip here, like so, and then I'm going to put that one over the top and line that up and push it down to stick it down like that. There we go. Now what we need to do is put some holes in this triangle here on either side to put our elastic band in. Now I'm going to grab my hole punch, my crocodile. So I found it easier to do these holes when it's all together because you can bring it up and fold it in half. And then what we can do is we can punch our holes in here on either side at the same time. I mean, my crocodile will go through these layers, but if you haven't got one that will go through all the layers, just do it in two separate punches. And then carefully I'm going to fold this up, and then I'm going to punch my hole in this triangle here. I'm going to use a smaller hole punch. There we go, and I've just positioned it so just over a ½ inch up and about just over a1/4 inch in from my score line. So now you can open that up and you'll see you've got your holes all in the same place. What we need to do now is cut up just a little way off of our hole punched holes, and then come over to join it up so we can slot our elastic band in. So again, you can fold this in half, so we can do 2 in one go. So we can just snip up slightly and then across, and then we're just going to take off a little tiny notch in there. So we're going to cut up over to our punched hole, and then we're going to take a little notch off as well. You can just do that on the other side as well. So we're going to go up, across, and then take a little triangle notch out as well on that side. So there we go, we've now got our holes punched and our notches cut for our elastic band to sit into. Now we can pop the rest of the box together and the right way. So I'm going to fold these upwards, and you'll see these are wanting to push inwards already, so we can bring these up and down and then together. So we're going to put some adhesive on this little flap here. So let's do that now. And then we can bring this side up to meet the other one. There we go, we can stick these together. Like so. You can just give it a crease down, push down. Now what we need to do is push these sides inwards, so we can get those and carefully push them inwards so they come up like so. So that's one side there. Give it a crease. Oh, not wanting to play ball today. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on this one as well. We're going to bring this inwards and then push that down to give it a flatten down so it's all poking inside our box. Then what we need to do is get our elastic band, and we're going to hook one side on here and the other side through these ones. So I'm just going to push this down so it sits inside the punched holes, and I'm going to turn it around and do the same on the other side, the other side of the elastic band. Push that down inside there. So now what we can do, we need to secure these top triangles, they're like little ears. We need to stick those down as well, so we can push our little cube flat and then fold this triangle over, and we're going to put some adhesive on our tab here and stick our little triangle down on this side. So that's one there, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. You'll see this is poking out a little bit, so all we need to do is just trim this down a little bit and it will be solved. So you can just come along and trim a little off of our tabs. We just check that, so yep, now that sits on there nicely. So again, we can put some adhesive on here and stick that down like so. And now all we need to do is push in our top and give it a squeeze outwards. You can see I haven't quite stuck that straight. It's not very easy when I'm holding it away from me to see. And then there we go, we've got our little popping cube that pops up and is a miniature version. So now what we can do is decorate our little cube. So I've got some squares of designer series paper here. This, as I said, is from the Petal Garden stack, and I've got some glue. You can decorate yours before you stick it all together. They're quite easy just to line up some little squares on there. So I've got one. Then I'm going to go with a plain one. Pop that on there. Like so. And then I'm going to use my other full one on the opposite side. Just going to stick that down. And then, as I said, this one I just stamped straight onto using one of the stamps from the Perennial Birthday set. And I stamped that in Fresh Fig. So we've got that one there. Now for our other plain side, what I've done is I've stamped out one of the flowers and I've just fussy cut round it myself. Now I've used my stamp positioner to stamp this in different colours. So we've got Fresh Fig, Old Olive and Calypso Coral. When the new Stamparatus comes out, mine will hopefully be here the first week of February. I'll be showing you some really cool techniques to be able to do your Stamparatus, and this is going to be one of them. So using one stamp to stamp different colours. So I've put some mini dimensionals on the back of this, and I'm just going to fix this onto the side of my cube. And then we shall make the box. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And then again, you can see if you push that down, up it pops and off it pops, off it goes. And that is our little cube done and decorated. So like my previous video for the larger popping box cube, I did that over 2 videos. I think I'm going to split this one over 2 videos as well. So I will say goodbye for now, and I'll see you again very soon with the second part of this video, and I hope you've enjoyed this part so far. So thank you, bye bye.